celebrating the power of possibility. Pilot Flying J and Halloran Hilton Hill present Anything is Possible. Today's guest, Erick Baker, Part 2.
Welcome to Anything is Possible. This is Part 2 of my interview with Erick Baker. Anything is Possible. Great stories about great people whose lives verify possibility. That's what I like to say. And I was just really taken out by their performance. You know, you give what you get off your new
project. You get what you give.
You get what you give.
Get what you give.
You get what you give. From your new project, Dear Amanda. And we were having this conversation off the air because you said you discovered your selfishness on your way to your selflessness, right? And so we were talking about unpacking that. And the reason I said that I thought it was real is because of the numbers. So I don't know if we did this on the air or not, but I asked you how many dates you were playing, and you said, I'm doing about 50 a year.
Yeah, right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
You have been doing 200. You were in your ascendancy, and 250, I'm not really good at math, but 150 shows is a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And 150 shows, yeah, that's a lot. That could be a lot of money.
Right.
And when an artist makes a decision not to do 150 shows, a manager just got cut out of.
Oh yeah. Oh no, when I made that decision, nobody was answering my call anymore. Yeah, that's without a doubt.
I mean,
Totally.
right? I mean, this is a life decision.
Yeah. But what it did, we were talking about that balance.
Yeah.
What it did, the scale went back to balanced.
Talk to me about that, because what was the response from your wife to all of this? Tell me about the reset. Tell me about the joy that comes after this.
Yeah, I mean, well, you said it earlier. You said, singer-songwriter, husband, father. Wait, no. Husband, father, singer-songwriter. And man, that's where I am right now, refocused, family first. And it always was to a degree, but now it truly is. And I was talking off the air about that balance, that whether you're a school teacher or a TV show host or a singer-songwriter or whatever it may be, we're all battling for balance. I mean, people can work too hard, people can play too hard, but when it all boils down, we've all got families, we all have people who love us, and whether it's a mother and a father that you hadn't called in a while, or a brother, or a wife, or a daughter you haven't taken to the movies, that's and day to day the scale's gonna change, but I mean, the greatest gift and the greatest self-discovery was just saying, man, things are out of balance here, and I've got to put more time and energy on this side of the scale to get my life right. And career. The greatest thing is making that decision.
Right. The awareness. Right.
Well, and making that decision is now what led to me. Now I'm hosting a TV show for PBS.
Wow.
And talk about a blessing and a gift. Making that decision, which at the time was like, what am I gonna do? My neighbor's a carpenter. He was like, I can pay you $10 an hour to swing a hammer. And I was like, well, I might have to do that, because I'm not going back out on the road like I had been. And right now, to even think about, in 2013, the end of 2013, at that point, to even make a record was not an option, because music had lost its joy.
Wow.
And so for me, it was like, well, what's the next step gonna look like? And I knew, I mean, it was a step towards my family for sure, but then beyond that, what am I gonna do? Is music ever gonna be a part of my life? And what's so great is that decision has led me to this chair, and talk about the possibilities that decision, the doorways that I couldn't even see at the time. There's the possibility in the next phone call, the possibility in the next moment. And I mean, oftentimes you can't see it. And at the time I did not see it. But my phone rang, and thankfully I answered it. And I went and had lunch with a friend of mine named Brian Allen. And we were just going to catch up. And I dumped all of this on him, talking about the ring, talking about, just that all of my relationships were falling apart and that I had to do something different. And he was like, man, I never would have thought of you because I thought you would have been on the road, but we just got this television show and we're looking for a host. And I'd never done any television, never, other than some interviews here and there, I'd never hosted a television show. So I never would have thought that that was a possibility, And so I went and I tried out and I had to go through several levels, but I got
You got the show. What's the name of the show?
It's called Tennessee Uncharted.
What do you do?
I'm the host, and it's all about Tennessee. It's celebrating Tennessee, and the first job I did as host, I was like, well, how do you host a television show? Thankfully, the first thing I did was write the theme song. So, at this time, I didn't even want to pick up my guitar,
Yeah, because that's a wedge.
Yeah, exactly. But the show restored my love of music. And in writing the theme song, it says, there's a place you've never been that's right where you want to be.
I love that line.
And 2 years we've been filming. We just started filming our third season. And I say that it's reconnected me to the boy that I used to be and also shown me the man that I want to be. And what it's done ultimately, I talk about that journey of refocusing on my family. It wouldn't have been possible without this television show. God, such a blessing.
Let's take a break.
Okay.
This is Erick Baker. I think we're going to ask you to play another song too.
Okay, all right.
We'll do that in just a moment. You're watching Anything is Possible.
Possibility powered by Pilot Flying J, Covenant Health, Home Federal, and the Knoxville News Sentinel. Coming up.
The hardest part of my job is pulling out of my driveway. The greatest part of my job is when I pull back in. And Dear Amanda is written out of the possibility of what if I couldn't drive back into that driveway? What would I say? What would I do?
Welcome back to Anything is Possible. This is Erick Baker. He is a proof that I'm using for this concept of possibility. Thank you for being here. I remember writing these lyrics. Here I am again, on my knees again. But these are different tears from a brand new set of scars. They may look the same, but these are not the same. These are dirty tears, so I can't see where you are. And I remember that moment of transparency, I was just like, I was feeling that, but then I got sick of writing those songs.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And my friends in the music industry used to call me, my nickname was Tear Jerk. And I didn't realize they were calling me a jerk, right?
Oh, right.
But I wanted to write songs that were joyful, right, as well. And that's why I said, does brokenness make for better music? Here's my theory, that when you have known profound brokenness, you tend to recognize the joy a lot more.
Absolutely. Well, and then when I sing a sad song now, I look around me and give thanks. Because it's like I can connect to that guy, I can feel that heartbreak and that feeling, but then I think about the love in my life that I have now, that I say, I wouldn't have the love in my life if it wasn't for the love that didn't love me back.
Ooh,
and man, I give thanks for the love that didn't love me back, for that brokenness, because it's led me to being whole.
Let's go through the track list on this song. I just want to, on this project, and I'll kick it out and you give me a quick summary. I wish I didn't know what love is.
Well, I mean, at the very end, it is when it all comes around, because I mean, I wish I didn't know what love is. It feels like a heartbreak song, but at the very end, it's like if you took the love out of my life, then you would take everything from me. You would take. I mean, it's not always pretty,
Dear Amanda.
Yeah, Dear Amanda is, I say, the hardest part of my job is pulling out of my driveway. The greatest part of my job is when I pull back in. And Dear Amanda is written out of the possibility of what if I couldn't drive back into that driveway? What would I say? What would I do?
In the beat of a heart.
That, man, on the inside of the cover, it says, breathe deep, don't try to save your breath, because no one knows how many we have left. Our days are numbered, but it's up to us to make them count. And for me, time is a gift. I mean, every day is a gift, and I waste time on a daily basis. But this is about breathing deep, being present, being perfect, present. Yeah, and not letting the worries of tomorrow take today, and not wasting your time, making the very most of it, finding those possibilities.
1,200 Days.
1,200 Days is the song I wrote when I proposed to my wife, actually. We've been dating for 1,200 days.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
The Demons.
At the beginning of the year, we all make these New Year's resolutions, and whether it's a Twinkie or if it's a bottle behind a bar or whatever it is, we've all got these demons and angels on our shoulder, and that is all about listening to the angel. Yeah.
Every Time I Dream.
That is losing someone and kind of dealing with that, and that, that.
Who'd you lose?
It's actually written out of a heartbreak song. That is the second song I ever wrote.
Wow.
But now, having lost people close to me, the song, it's one of those songs, I think that a real good song grows with you.
Yeah.
And that song, Travis Wyrick is the one who heard it and was like, you got to record that. And I was like, man, that's the second song I ever wrote. I'm not recording that. What are you talking about? Paul Jones,
wow.
He did the piano arrangement on it, and we were just kind of working through it in the studio. As soon as he started playing, it's not a heartbreak song anymore. It's about so much more than that.
The best part of loving you
is leaving. That I was leaving New York City. I was opening up for Heart, Ann and Nancy Wilson. That I was on one of their tour buses, and Mo, a big guy from New Orleans, was their front of the house guy. He goes, we were crossing the bridge and looking at the skyline, and he goes, Eric, you see that? And I was like, yeah, man, it's beautiful. He's like, yeah, New York City, man. He's like, that's the best part of New York that you're seeing right there. And I was like, what's that? He goes, leaving. So I turned it in, the best part of loving you is leaving, because we've all been there, for sure.
Fallen Sun.
The last big tour I did at the end of 2013, I went to the Middle East for 3 weeks. And we were in Afghanistan, 4 deployed bases. And that song came out of that experience.
And then finally, The Bright Side.
The Bright Side is a happy song. It's that when you're in the muck and the mire, kind of, so to speak, we're on the bright side of our conversation. But looking back, it's easy to see that. But when you're in those dark times, it feels like all there is darkness. But that's about that little pinhole of light, and you're like, all right, hang in there, keep walking forward. The bright side.
So let me say a word, and then you respond.
Okay.
God.
Grace, forgiveness. That's a bunch of words. That's 2 words. But
now,
friend,
I just ask you for a response.
Friend, Father.
God in 2013. God in 2016.
2016, closer. 2013. When I look down the beach, so to speak, you can see his footpath has never changed. And then I see mine get close, and then waver away, get close. But I've always been walking with him. But I would say in 2013, he wasn't as close as he is now.
What's your daughter's name?
Annabelle Rose Baker.
Annabelle, look at that smile.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She is 6.
All right, when I say Annabelle Rose Baker.
Precious. Overwhelming.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
You said and then
Yeah.
What is all of that?
Yeah. Love. like, you think you know what love means. I mean, now I feel like I do.
Yeah. Why don't we take a break, and when we come back, would you play one more song as we
Yeah,
close?
man. Yeah, absolutely.
This is Erick Baker. You're watching Anything is Possible, because it is.
Coming up,
Can you feel the beat of my heart? Can you feel the beat of my heart?
This is Anything is Possible, and this is Mr. Possibility, Erick Baker. Thank you for your honesty and transparency, and for your music. The new project is called Dear Amanda, and it's on sale now, so grab a copy of this. You've graced us with your presence today, and I wanted to ask you, before you leave, what have you learned about possibility? What have you learned about, I guess what I learned from you today is change is possibility.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. I mean, I say live life with open arms. That opens you up to
Right.
possibility, opens your heart, opens your eyes. Otherwise, even when you're looking in the mirror, sometimes you don't see it.
Right.
And man, I mean, just, opening up, that's because you're often going to get turned in a direction that you don't think is right. It's like, man, is this where I'm supposed to be headed? But if you can just keep those arms open and that mind open, that heart open.
You will see some new possibilities.
Oh, man, absolutely.
Would you play a song for us
I will.
as we close today?
I will. Last song, In the Beat of a Heart. And both my parents in the same year had major heart issues and tried to leave this world way too soon. I wrote this song to them about putting your hand on your chest, because that heartbeat, when you feel that, that's the greatest gift that we got, is that beat. And the worst thing we can do is waste it.
Yeah.
The best thing we can do is make the most of it, and it starts right now. And my parents, they don't like this song as much. I mean, they do, but it's kind of like, it's a nudge of like, hey,
Take this moment.
Stop frying all your food. Go and exercise. Take care of yourself. I mean, for them, it starts right there for them. But to me now, it's making the most of every breath, making the most of every beat inside our chest.
As we close Anything is Possible today, this is Erick Baker with Every Beat.
Can you feel the beat of my heart? Can you feel the beat of my heart? Can you feel the beat of my heart? 'Cause everything can change in the beat of a heart. A flat line, time under attack. Tomorrow's choking on the choices of your past. You've disregarded the pain inside your chest too long. But breathe deep. Don't try to save your breath, 'cause no one knows how many we have left. Our days are numbered, but it's up to us to make them count. Can you feel the beat of my heart? Can you feel the beat of my heart? Can you feel the beat of my heart? 'Cause everything can change in the beat of a heart. Every day is a battle in the war within our hearts. And second chances are often twice as hard. But the ones really living are the ones with the scars, so don't waste them. No, don't waste them. Can you feel the beat of my heart? Can you feel the beat of my heart? 'Cause everything can change. Oh, everything can change. In the beat of a heart. In the beat of a heart.
Erick Baker, wow, that was outstanding.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much for having me, man. I'm honored and feel blessed to be here, brother.
Thank you for being on Anything Is Possible.
Thank you, man.
We'll see you next time.